Navigating leadership's market impact and balancing ambition with well-being isn't easy, but essential.
I mean, if you have someone that comes into power that is incredibly anti free markets, let's say business in general, they want to hike taxes to the moon, uh, put in a lot of regulation, just that kind of thing. I mean, that would definitely influence the economy, and especially the stock market. I mean, that'd be the first. Actually, you see the stock market first because economies take a while to kind of play out. Um, but there is, I don't know, like the market is the market. Sometimes it does things that it's just hard to explain. But to say that a president doesn't have like influence in the policy that they're trying to enact, doesn't have any kind of influence, that's ridiculous. It definitely does.
So, of course, everyone knows about the United States stock market or Wall Street, right? But every country has their own version of Wall Street, don't they?
Most countries.
Okay.
Yeah.
And like, I'll make this up. Like, how does the quote unquote Wall Street in like say Hungary affect the United States, or is it more the United States affecting other countries' Wall Streets?
It's more the US affecting
Okay.
other now another big one is the London Stock Exchange.
Yeah, yeah, okay.
Yeah. It they would so the let's say like emerging markets, like third world countries, they affect our stock market so much as our so like you'll have hedge funds or mutual funds or whatever, some kind of fund, private equity fund that will put money into emerging markets. Now it is historically speaking, they don't put a lot of their book, like their balance sheet, into these funds. But if they start increasing their investment into those markets, and things will go, then it can affect if the emerging market fund doesn't do well, it can affect our stock market because some of our biggest companies will have some of their excess cash invested into the emerging market. Um, but it's these are offshoots. I mean, this isn't the bulk of what happens. It's normally the U.S. leading the way for other countries.
Okay. So obviously you have a lot of driver focus, right? But can someone have too much driver focus? Like, can you have so much driver focus like you kind of destroy the people around you? If
Yeah,
that makes any sense.
yeah. I mean that. Yeah, yeah. So, but now if you win, it papers over everything. Look at Kobe. You know, you if he didn't win those championships, we will put him in that category
Yeah.
as having too much. Um, and you can have it to a point where it literally kills you. I mean, I know a guy that's a hedge fund manager that I mean, he puts my work ethic to shame. I mean, when I see him work, I just want to like grab an ice cream and like just watch Breaking Bad because like I can't compete with that. But he has literally worked himself to the point where I mean, he has two strokes. Um, I be, I believe he just left the hospital. Because look, run a company. I mean, that's the big leagues, and I literally ran the Olympics. Run a real company is the big leagues. There's I mean, you wake up, it's like you have um Molotov cocktails thrown at you, from all sides. There's people threatening to quit. There's partners trying to cut you out of the deal. There's people, like your main people that have something going on in their family. Uh, I've even experienced people like trying to start a coup, like in the company. And it's nonstop and it's unforgiving, and it doesn't care like what you have going on or how you feel about something. It's 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 a serious game, and you know, so whenever I see or hear a story about the hedge fund manager, I don't even judge it because I get it. Because sometimes you have to do that. You have to be in overdrive or look like you work too much to even maintain like the base level. It's it's kind of like just what it is. I'm not saying you have to sign up for that to run a company, but I mean I see it far too often. I mean, some of those things I just said were things that I went through, and I feel like I'm just getting started. Um, it's not for everybody.
And so when did you start your company? What year?
Uh, about 2018.
2018.
Yeah.
So where we are right now, are you like, of course, I think that's gonna be you're not happy, you're not satisfied, but being realistic, Like, if you go back to 2018, look where you're at right now, would you be like, okay, I'm doing some things, or I'm
Yeah.
disappointing myself, or
No. I mean, if I go back in time and I knew I would be right here in 2024, um, I'll probably start crying, to be honest with you, because it's been an incredible, unusual level of growth for the company from then until now. Now, because I'm the one living through it, I like a lot like when I was running track, you don't appreciate it as much because you're currently going through it. You're thinking of ways to improve and things that you need to be doing. Um, but nah, you know, I don't take it for granted though. I mean, it's at the end of the day, I don't have to worry about immediate expenses. There's a base level of comfort, and I'm able to take care of my family.
so how do you do this, right? I think a lot of entrepreneurs, they're so focused on now, right? Like, this, in my mind, they're struggling. I'm not doing nothing. But they just take a step back and look past 6 months. Oh, wow, I've actually done some things. I moved it. Like, your quote is like, move it inch by inch per day, right? How do you
Mhm.
make sure you do that?
I don't think I do that well, to be completely honest with you. I'm still incredibly impatient. I still want like a lot of things in an incredibly short period of time. I wouldn't be the guy to give advice on how to execute on that right now, at least. In a few years, we'll see. But I just that's one of the things that I need to work on. Um, I'll have I'll say like every month or so, there's like small moment where I'll realize it, but then it'll quickly just dissipate. And it's back to being like stressed and kind of agitated.
Can you talk about that? Like, I think a lot of people, me, included, I think you're included too. Like, we're pretty self confident. We know we're doing a good job, but there's like that insecurities too, right?
Yeah.
Like, how do you balance that? Make sure the insecurity doesn't, take up too much of your time.
Yeah, to be honest with you, I don't think for me there's even a balance there because most of the time I feel like I'm not doing a good job. I almost exclusively think that there's too much that I could be doing better. I think I fall short on most things, to be quite honest with you. Now, if you ask anyone in the company, I don't know what they would say. I would assume they wouldn't agree with that, but that's how I feel. Um, but I don't know if you'll ever not feel that way. At least for me,
Yeah.
I feel that way in track all the time.
And are you still doing jujitsu?
Yeah.
Is that you do like every day? Talk about that some.
Um,
Is that like a hobby of yours? Like,
yeah.
keeping.
Listen, I'm not going to compete. I'm going to be a hobbyist for the rest of my life. It's really fun. It is oddly really political too, though, depending on where you go. There's but nah, it depends. There's caveats with that.